Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 39 songs of the Eurovision Song Contest 2021. So I'll keep this short and sweet and I'll just dive straight into it. Disclaimer here, these are my personal opinions. Please respect my opinions. I'll respect yours right back. If you comment down below what your personal top 39 is this year, I'll be really excited to see. But also, I don't hate any of these songs this year. I think they're all great in their own way. I just believe some of them are better than others, so it is what it is. So at number 39, we've got Germany, and this is Jendrik with I Don't Feel Hate. Pretty much from the moment it was released, I knew this was going to be my least favourite entry because it's just not my cup of tea in terms of the sound. It's a very kind of electro swing style, which I've never really enjoyed personally. But I also find that it's a little bit kind of grinding and I don't really find it very interesting. The message of the song is fabulous and I'm very proud that they're sticking to that really good message, and maybe some people will enjoy that. I personally think that it's not enough to make the song any better though. So for that reason I've had to put it last. At number 38 I've got Portugal. I'm somebody that really likes a live band sound with violins and I really like his style. This is the Black Mamba with Love Is On My Side. To be honest, I think his style is the best part of the band, but the song is just not very interesting. It's a bit lackluster and a bit slow. I don't think it will qualify, but in terms of my personal opinion, I don't think it has a good melody either, and that's why I've had to put it so low down. But there are some good things about it, like I said, the live instrumentation. Number 37, we have North Macedonia. This is Vasil with Here I Stand. Last year, I much preferred his sound on the song called You. I thought it conjured up the sound of the Balkan, and also I think his voice really suited it. This year, I'm really pleased that Vasil has gone for something that showcases his amazing singing voice more. However, I don't really think that the song is particularly interesting or stand out. Also, it airs a little bit on the cheesy side, and I'm not personally a fan of that. But I think the juries will absolutely love his voice just as much as me. And then at number 36, I've got the Netherlands. Unfortunately, I didn't really like the sound that they went for this year. I really appreciate that they've gone for an ethnic sound and that he's exploring his roots a bit more. Django McCroy with Birth of a New Age. I really quite like the fact that they've explored his cultural roots in the music. However, I think there's a lack of melody and there's nothing memorable about the song, and it's sort of, I'm going to sound like a broken record on the bottom 10 songs I've got here. It's just I don't think they're very memorable or stand out. Last year I thought his song was much better and it touched me, but this year I didn't really feel anything. Then at number 35 I've got Denmark. This is a difficult one for me to talk about because I really enjoy the verses and the pre-chorus. It evokes that ABC sound from the 1980s, but I think the chorus is what lets it down. It comes across as sort of very cheesy. The melody isn't very good, and the vocals I thought in the national final were also a little bit on the side of out of tune, but that can also improve on the night. I really like that they've gone for this sort of 80s sound though, and they're staying true to that. It's evoking Denmark from the 80s back in the competition, some of their entries from then, and I think that will fare well in the contest and it deserves a lot of support. It shouldn't be getting hate, but I think they may have been a bit better last year with Ben and Tan. Number 34, I've got Slovenia. I've spoken about this in a previous video and I don't hate the song. I hope people didn't get the wrong message from what I said before, but I just think the ballad is a little bit slow. Sorry about that, my camera fell down, it was a little bit strange. I thought the song was a little bit slow and it loses my attention very quickly, and I think if a song doesn't hold my attention, I just don't think it can score very well here. Then at number 33 I've got Norway. This is Tix with Fallen Angel. Absolutely fine song, a little bit on the bland side, not gonna lie. I didn't really like the staging either at the national final. He's a very talented songwriter and he's famous in Norway and potentially in the neighbouring countries. Whether that the Norwegian fans abroad will support this, I'm not sure. It's not to my taste and I think the production could be a little bit better, but I appreciate the message of the song for sure. I think it's a good message and I'm always a fan of a song with a good message. Then at number 32 I've got Moldova. Always love when Moldova stick to the sort of funny kitsch style that they're really good at in the competition. I personally just think it airs on the cheap side this year, particularly with the music video. It's very catchy and I think people will really like it. It's not to my taste. And I must mention that this is Natalia Gordienko with Sugar. Number 31 I've got Latvia. Again, I think this airs a little bit on the cheap side as well. I have to be a bit frank about this. I much preferred her song last year, Samantha Tina with I'm Still Breathing. This year her song, The Blood Moon is Rising. I think it's a bit overproduced, the production's a bit loud and messy. I don't particularly like the synthesizers, but I think her vocals are on point and she hits those high notes so well. That's going to really impress people on the night. Number 30 I've got Australia. Unfortunately it's not really the type of music I'm into and I just find this song a little bit frantic, all over the place in terms of the vocals. Not that her singing is bad, but I mean the melody line jumps around a bit too much and it's not simple enough for me to just sort of appreciate anything about it. I also find that the synthesizers in the chorus are a little bit annoying, but again, that's my personal taste. I think she's a great singer and she'll probably deliver a really good performance live, but I think her entry last year was a bit better. Number 29 is Georgia. I think this is slightly underrated by people. I think the production is probably the best thing about it. This is Torniki Kipiani with You. The problem is that it's a little bit slow and it runs out of steam very, very quickly. This is purely there for people who really want to appreciate a piece of music that sounds nice. The sonic quality of the song is very, very good and the production is effortless, and that is, you know, a fabulous quality to a song. But I think it really does run out of steam, so I can't put it any higher. Number 28 is Albania. This is Angela with Karma, and I personally believe this to be a better song than last year. Last year I found it a little bit middle of the road. This is a lot better and I really do appreciate the ethnic elements to the song. I think that's the best part of it, but I don't like the trap middle eight. I find that kind of downgrades the song a little bit. Her vocals are amazing, very rich voice as well, and I think that will really help her get some points with the juries this year. And then we move on to number 27, which is Estonia. This is Uku Sivisti with The Lucky One. Much, much better than last year and flawless production value. Unfortunately, I don't think this will qualify, but I do want to kind of put it in my top 30 because I think it deserves to be appreciated. I think if they stage this quite well, it could do better than we all think though. Then at number 26, I've got Israel, which has moved up in my estimations after the revamp. The revamp hasn't done amazing wonders, but it's made the song a lot better, a lot more digestible. It's actually made it sound more professional, and I think that's really what it needed. The whistle notes are really good, the high notes are really good. Maybe they're used a little bit too much. Maybe that's just my opinion, I don't know. But I think this does have a chance of going through, and it deserves a bit more love than it gets. Number 25, I've got Austria. Again, this is kind of underrated by the fans. I really like the chord progressions in here. This is Vincent Bueno with Amen. It's the better of the two Amens in my opinion. The chord progressions are really, really strong and they explore much better harmonies than a lot of the songs in this year's competition. I can think of only maybe 3 songs that explore chord progressions as wide as this one. Again, this really explores his vocal tone, quality, and I think that will be amazing to listen to on the night. The message of the song is fabulous and I think it's just very uplifting, and yeah, I think we shouldn't write this one off. It probably may qualify, we don't know. Then at number 24, I've got Russia. I would put this a bit higher, but I think the general kind of chaotic vibe of it, I can't really score it any higher than maybe a 7 because I think it just needs a little bit extra editing, but I don't think there's much more they can do now about that. The message of the song, fabulous. She deserves all the support that she should get because frankly people have been hating on Malaysia, and the message of the song, I don't know why, it's really, really good and it's very kind of new and surprising from Russia, and I think they should embrace this because they'll get support for it. Yeah, but I can't really score it any higher just because of the production value and the slight chaotic vibe. Number 23, I've got Croatia. Again, it's a little bit chaotic and I find that the lyrics have been lost in translation slightly, but this is one of their best efforts in a while. This is Albina with TikTok. Yeah, like I said, the lyrics are a little bit strange at times, but the backing track is really, really good, funky, full of energy. really good vibes from it, and I think it will qualify. Then I've got at number 22, Azerbaijan. This is Effendi with Matahari. It's basically Cleopatra Part 2, but I actually prefer this one, I think. I think the duduks in the chorus add that extra ethnic vibe that was missing last year, but I do think it runs out of steam. They need to really stage this well, because in the music video I could see that potentially Effendi wasn't a trained dancer, and if they kind of make her do complicated choreography with a bad camera angle, this may not look very good. So they need to really think about that before they perform this, otherwise it could flop. Then at number 21 we've got Poland. Very underrated entry. I think that the production is actually really good. Yeah, he's probably not a great singer, not gonna lie. A lot of Polish people have been complaining that this is basically Dermot O'Leary being sent to Eurovision, but the Polish version, obviously that would probably flop in the UK, let's be frank. But in terms of the song, it's kind of like Physical by Dua Lipa. It's got that 80s vibe, but it's been merged with a more modern sound. It's fresh and current, and I think if they do a good performance, this could definitely go through. And I do appreciate it. It's very catchy. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure, not gonna lie, but I think this deserves a bit more love. Then at number 20, I've got Ireland. This is my top 20 now. These are songs that I genuinely really like and I would download and listen to. Ireland this year, they brought back Leslie Roy and the song's called Maps. What an upgrade from last year, I have to say. My favourite part of the songs is actually the verses and the pre-choruses. The chorus isn't my favourite, and I think it's probably the weakest part of the song, but the verses are so nice. What a lovely melody line and lovely instrumentation, and I'm really proud that Ireland has sent something good this year. I hope they qualify, fingers crossed, because it would be so sad to see them not in the final again. Then at number 19 I've got Bulgaria. Fabulous song, rich vocals, rich production. This is Victoria. Growing Up is Getting Old. I keep forgetting the stupid names. Yeah, this is a fabulous entry, and I think they should be proud of themselves. I can't put it any higher though, because it's just not the vibe of music I listen to all the time, but I appreciate the quality of them. Then at number 17 we've got the Czech Republic. Really, really great, much improved from last year. Deserves all the love it should hopefully get, and I hope it qualifies. It might get a bit lost, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, this is really, really good from what I've seen so far, from playing it to people who are casual listeners of Eurovision. They've spotted this one out of the crowd. It's colourful, fun, catchy. I applaud them. Fantastic job. So I just realised I forgot to basically talk about my number 18, which is Belgium. Just a quick fill in here. Love the song. I think it's one of the best this year in my opinion, but I think just the sheer speed of it, the fact that it's quite a slow song, lets it down slightly. In terms of the older generation, I think they'll latch onto this one the most. It evokes the 1970s and the early 1990s in a way, with like Massive Attack sound. Then at number 16 I put Spain. Criminally underrated once again, and I really hope this doesn't finish in the bottom 5 given their track record of doing so. This is Blas Canto with Voya Kedame. Really great ballad, lovely vocals. If he nails those high notes, hopefully jury love, hopefully public love as well. And he's probably the best vocalist, I think, in terms of males, up there with John's Tears for the competition, and deserves so much more respect than he gets right now. Then number 15 is the United Kingdom. Take a moment of silence to just appreciate the fact that I put the United Kingdom in the top 15, which has basically never ever happened, maybe apart from 2011. I've literally had a glimmer of hope for the United Kingdom 2.5 times in the last 15 years, which is really bad considering I'm British, so I don't know guys. But I've put this here because I think it deserves all the love it gets. Really fabulous entry, a modern, fresh, charismatic piece of music that represents the current musical trends in the UK. The BBC has actually done something not embarrassing. Well done. I mean, come on, well done James Newman for writing a song this year that's actually up his street. His musical fingerprints, something that he would write for another artist, something he'd put on his album. That's what they need to be sending. Artists who are proud of the work that they put it on their album, not as a freaking track 15, but as track 1. Come on. This is really, really good. Sigala vibes. Hopefully it will score high. I'm not sure if it will get a top 15 finish this year, but hopefully not a bottom 5. Fingers crossed, guys. Then at number 14, I've got Greece. This is Stefania with Last Dance. Better than last year, much more sophisticated and mature entry, less junior Eurovision, more Eurovision, and that is fabulous. Music video is really, really good, style on point, and I think her vocals should shine on the night. If she hits that high F4, that would be really, really, really good. I'd be so proud to hear that. Actually, it's an F5, mistaken. Whoops. If she hits that F5 on the night, I'll be so proud of her, and I think she'll hopefully qualify over that. This is definitely an 80s vibe as well, but it's one of the best 80s vibe entries of the competition this year, so really, really good for Greece. Number 13 is Sweden. Some people have called this bland. I don't think it's bland. I really like the bagpipes in this song. This is Tussa with voices. Very, very good entry. It's grown on me over the week because it's just really catchy. And if it's staged well, top 10 finish for Sweden once again. No doubt about it. They need to work on the vocals bit though, not gonna lie. But don't kill me in the comments for saying that. Then number 12 is Serbia. Very underrated by the bookies. This will definitely qualify. Not even going to talk about the bookies here. They don't matter, because Hurricane with Loco Loco is a very, very catchy piece of music. If they sing this well, hit those high notes, harmonies on point, this will qualify. And they should really be proud. They've come back with a better song than last year. And I personally hope this does really well. Hopefully a top 15 finish, because Serbia have won before, but I hope to see them win again at some point, because I think they'd be a really good host. Then, number 11, we have Cyprus. Fantastic improvement on last year. They've made the right decision to find a new artist, write a new song. Yeah, it does evoke those Bad Romance vibes by Lady Gaga. That's why I can't put it in my top 10 completely, because it's not very kind of authentic. There's something lacking in authenticity about it, but only this much, and that's why I can't put it in my top 10. But the imagery of the music video was really, really, really interesting. Yeah, the product placement is a bit strange. I don't know why they have Head and Shoulders shampoos and nail polish kind of product placed there. I think that kind of cheapens it a little bit, but all in all, great song. And if she nails this, if she does the singing and dancing live, hopefully Away Go Part 2, because that train has left the station. But if they really do a good job of this, I think they can finish in the top 10 this year. No doubt about it. And then I've got a number 10, France. Fabulous, fabulous chanson music, evoking Serge Gainsbourg vibes. Almost a little bit like, what's he called? The Armenian French singer who had a lot of hit songs, Charles Aznavour. It evokes that kind of style, but it also is fused with the modern. What I think could improve the song a bit more is to add more chords, because it only circulates around 6 chords, I think, and chanson music is famous for really exploring interesting chord progressions, but that is literally the tiniest criticism, and I can't say anything else wrong with this, because fantastic singer-songwriter. We've seen Barbara Pravi do amazing stuff with France in the Junior Eurovision contest. This year, top 3 finish is on the table for France, and I really hope that they do get a good result, because it's been a long time coming now that they do well in the contest. Then at number 9, I've got Malta. I am part Maltese, and I'm so proud of Malta this year. They've pulled it out the bag with Destiny. They brought her back this year with a song that suits her more, I feel, than last year. Last year was just from a pool of Eurovision songs that they selected. This year it was written for Destiny. They had her in mind with this. This is their chance of winning. I'm scared that Switzerland might nip it away from them. That is likely to happen, but I think they do deserve to win. I haven't put this in my top 5 or as my favourite, because my personal taste, I prefer the rock style music, and also I'm not the biggest fan of electro swing, but I can actually appreciate the quality of the piece of music. Her vocals are just amazing, and if she hits those high notes and does a really good job on stage, the staging is good, this will definitely win. They have a massive chance. Then at number 8, we have Ukraine. Again, this is a very Marmite piece of music. Either people love it or they hate it. I personally love it, and I think it's very unique. And I really enjoy the kind of fusion of the traditional folk sounds with the electronic trance music from the early 2000s. It's sort of like Darude meets some kind of Ukrainian folk song. But this is definitely Marmite, and I think it could flop. But I really hope it doesn't, because it's one of my favourites this year. The revamp, people have complained about it being a little bit too different from the original, but they had to change it because it was sampling traditional music, and they can't do that in Eurovision. They have to come up with something new. But I really, really hope this does well, because it's one of their most unique and interesting entries like I've ever seen in Eurovision from Ukraine. Then number 7, I have Lithuania. My favourite last year was Lithuania. This year they're one of my favourites, but I think there's better entries this year. Not saying that it's a worse one than last year, because I think they're perfect. Really, really good. I think this will really do well in the public vote. We cannot write this off. This could win the public vote. It's opening the semi-final. It's going to make such an impact. This is Discotheque by the Roop. Amazing band. Fabulous dance moves, viral dance move things going on there. And I think this could absolutely smash on the night. So I'm really pleased that they came back this year. I don't know why the hell they weren't internally selected, but I'm glad that the Lithuanian public voted for them, because they deserve to go back to Eurovision. Then at number 6, I've got Iceland. Daddy and Gagna Magnet with 10 years. And what a great piece of music. Disco meets 2021. Funny t-shirts. Pyrotechnics on a keyboard guitar thing. Really, really cool. Really cool. And people have written this off. Why? It's really good. It's so good. Yeah, it's not Think About Things, but leave that in 2020. This is 2021, and this is a really good piece of music. And people will love this. People will really go mad for this, and it could win. Let's not write that off. It could win. And it's definitely a top 10 finish, if not. And then we've hit my top 5. At number 5, we have San Marino. Yeah, I know. San Marino is in my top 5. That has literally never, ever happened before in my life. But it's well deserved for San Marino, because they've literally written and produced a piece of music that is so good and so catchy. And they got bloody Flow Rider. I still can't get over it, because I just remember how Flow Rider got banned from my primary school because people were singing about they're shaking their asses and stuff at the age of 10. So that evokes strange memories for me. But I mean, what a fantastic entry. And I really hope this will be one of their best results ever. This has to finish in the top 10. I really hope it does, because it deserves it. And it means that they'll take the contest seriously in the future. I'm so proud of Senhit, because she's just such an iconic person. So cool. And I love her wigs as well in the video. All those different hair colours just gives me freaking hair envy, like with Serbia as well. It gives me hair envy. Then number 4 is Finland. This is Blind Channel with Dark Side, and this is literally the entry that makes me think to myself, gosh, I was such an emo child when I was younger, because I absolutely loved Linkin Park, Good Charlotte, all of that stuff, and this just evokes that for me. Such a fantastic band, amazing performance. They hit those notes well. The scream notes are so good. Very catchy as well. It's sort of got a Coldplay vibe to it in a way. I know that sounds really silly, but the melody has a Coldplay vibe to it, and I really like that. So I think this will do well. Hopefully there won't be too many old grumpy people that will listen to it and cover their ears and be like, what is this doing in Eurovision? Fingers crossed this will do well, but this is so good. Then number 3, we have Romania. This is Roxanne with Amnesia. Fantastic young up and coming singer. Great message in the song. Little bit of a Billie Eilish vibe in terms of the haircut, but not in terms of the sound, because I think this is unique sound and this is Roxanne's sound, not Billie Eilish. I've listened to Billie Eilish, it doesn't sound like her really. This is so good. The message of the song is so good, and it relates to me when I was younger, feeling bad about myself. And I think this is so great, and I hope it qualifies, and I hope people appreciate it, because it deserves so much love, and I'm so pleased for Romania for sending her this year. Number 2 is Switzerland. This is John's Tears with to l'univers, and I apologise for that pronunciation because that probably sounded like a freaking dog talking rather than really nice French. But yeah, so good. This one explores really amazing chord progressions, really good singing. Like the singing is amazing, the high notes and the visuals of the music video. This could absolutely win it, and I wouldn't be sad if it wins, even though I want Malta to win as well, because it deserves to win, and I definitely hope that it does well. It will get public and jury love, and he deserves it. Really great stuff. My number one is Italy. This is Maneskin, and the piece of music just really makes me so happy when I listen to it. It's so angry and cool and fun, and it's so good. This is Zitia Buoni, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. I should know better because I've got Italian speaking family. So yeah, this is just so good. I can't get over it. It's my most streamed song of the year. It's pretty much what I want to win. I don't think it will win though, but fingers crossed, because this is so good, and I'm so pleased that Italy just send quality year after year. They should hopefully win in this decade because they do deserve it, and I think they will, to be frank. But there we have it. That's my top 39. What do you guys think? Comment down below, like this video, share, subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will be back soon. But thanks for watching, and bye.